Welcome to Sheridan's 56th Convocation. This morning we are honoring the graduates of Continuing and Professional Studies. My name is Carol Altilia, and I am Sheridan's Interim Provost and Vice President Academic. As we gather virtually today, we would like to acknowledge that all of Sheridan's campuses reside on land that has been, and still is, the traditional territory of several Indigenous nations, including the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Wendat, the Métis, and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. Since time immemorial, numerous Indigenous nations and Indigenous peoples have lived and passed through this territory. We recognize this territory is covered by the Dish with One Spoon Treaty and the Two-Row Wampum Treaty, which emphasize the importance of joint stewardship, peace, and respectful relationships. As you may be joining us from different territories, we acknowledge the many diverse nations and territories you are joining from. Sheridan College affirms that it is our collective responsibility to honor and respect those who have gone before us, those who are here, and those who have yet to come. We are grateful for the opportunity to be learning, working, living, and thriving on this land. To begin our convocation ceremony, please join our students from the Honors Bachelor Music Theater Performance Program, accompanied by Michael Mulrooney in singing of our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bois s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants espoirs. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you for that beautiful rendition of O Canada. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Janet Morrison, Sheridan's President and Vice Chancellor, to officially launch this convocation.
Thank you, Carol. On behalf of Sheridan, I want to extend a warm welcome to you, our graduates in Continuing and Professional Studies, and to your family members and friends who are joining us today for this virtual ceremony. Convocation is an important milestone in our students' experience. It's the culmination of years of hard work and a stepping stone into the future. While I am disappointed, like all of you, that circumstances prevent us from celebrating your achievements in our traditional fashion, the importance of this occasion is undiminished. This situation has been a learning experience for all of us, and I'm so proud of the determination you've shown in successfully completing your program in these unprecedented times. Resilience is one of the key qualities we strive to nurture in our students, and your success in reaching this point assures me that we're advancing that goal. We know that post-secondary education transforms people, families, and communities. It's not just that graduates enjoy higher rates of employment and greater earning power. It's that an investment in higher education propels people to be healthier, more engaged, conscious citizens in our democracy, which is more important now than ever before. You are graduating at a time of global economic and political uncertainty. As our Chancellor Hazel McCallion will share with you shortly, past generations have also faced unforeseen challenges and risen to the occasion. I'm confident that you, armed with your degree, diploma, or certificate, and the overall learning and skills that you've gained from your Sheridan experience, are well equipped to go forth and make a positive impact in our communities. In closing, I want to ask you to consider those who have fueled, funded, or inspired your learning journey, be they family, friends, and/or your professors. They all deserve our collective thanks and recognition. It's now my pleasure to introduce a brief video message from Sheridan's Chancellor, Hazel McCallion.
For someone who never had the opportunity to attend college or university, I have a keen appreciation of what this day means to you, the graduates, your families, and friends. I grew up in the Great Depression in the 1930s. Times were tough, but with enthusiasm and determination, we came through it rather successfully. And I was highly motivated to do whatever I did to the very best of my ability. And I learned from others to work as a team, because as a team, you can make a change. Remember, graduates, that you are graduating from the most prestigious post-secondary institution in Canada, well known internationally. And I know from experience that Sheridan has instilled in its students a desire and commitment to make a change in the community when they graduate. So, everything is out there for you. So go for it with enthusiasm and commitment, and you will be a great success.
Thank you so much, Chancellor McCallion, for that inspiring message. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Chair of Sheridan's Board of Governors, John Fleming, to extend greetings from the board and confer this year's credentials.
Thank you, Janet. We have been presented with the list of graduands who have successfully completed the curriculum of their chosen program as required by the Sheridan Board of Governors and recommended by the Continuing and Professional Studies to be awarded their credentials in recognition of their academic accomplishment. I therefore confer their diplomas, degrees, and certificates on them in absentia with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I want to extend our warmest congratulations to the class of 2020. At this time, I'd like to hand over the virtual floor to Nazlin Herji, Executive Director of Continuing and Professional Studies, to deliver her remarks and introduce your valedictorian.
On behalf of Continuing and Professional Studies, I'd like to congratulate each of you for completing your respective programs, an accomplishment that demonstrates your resilience, determination, and dedication, especially in these challenging times. You enrolled at Sheridan, eager to upgrade your skills or acquire new knowledge and skills to advance your careers. I'm confident that the successful completion of your Sheridan credential sets you up for your future success. It's an academic tradition for a representative of the graduating class to speak on behalf of their fellow graduates, looking back on your Sheridan experience and looking forward to the future journey on which you are about to embark. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's valedictorian for Continuing and Professional Studies, Tricia McClelland. Tricia is a graduate of our digital photography program. Shortly after commencing her night school courses at Sheridan, she left the corporate world to launch her own photography business, McClelland Photography, on a full-time basis out of her home studio. 4 years later, she has photographed more than 700 newborns and numerous other families, children, and expectant mothers. Tricia is passionate about the way photography captures the most fleeting, wonderful moments of our lives, whether it be a sweet interaction between a mother and child, catching a curious expression, or savoring the sleepy sweetness of a newborn. She leaves Sheridan not only knowing how to better capture these moments for her clients, but also how to manage a photography business. I'm honored to turn the camera over to Tricia, your Continuing and Professional Studies valedictorian.
Thank you, Director Hirji. Hello to everyone joining virtually today and to the graduating class of 2020. I am so honored to have been asked to speak to you today, even though today's graduation may look a little different than you had hoped. But if you're feeling challenged right now, I know you're up for the task. If someone told me 5 years ago that I would be speaking to the Sheridan College Continuing and Professional Studies graduating class, I would never have believed it. I started my journey at Sheridan with just one photography course. Photography is a passion of mine, and at the time a hobby that I did want to learn a little bit more about. Recently, I read an anonymous quote from a photographer that said, "Taking an image, freezing a moment, reveals how rich reality truly is." This quote really speaks to me at this moment at this graduation. All your hard work, sweat, tears, late nights, endless cups of coffee has finally paid off. It's exciting, it's monumental, it shows how rich our lives are and how much more we're looking forward to it. As I reflect on my time in the Sheridan Digital Photography program, I think about my first course in photography. Right away, what really stood out to me were the instructors. They had passion, they had inspiration, and all they wanted for us to do was to do well and to succeed. I know that each of you have a particular teacher in mind that will forever stand out in your memory. To all those teachers, I want to thank you. And to my instructors, I want to thank each and one of you for inspiring and believing in me. Because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. For what I learned here at Sheridan College has truly changed my life forever. Before I started my own business, I was working a typical desk job, but I knew something was missing for me. I knew I needed more. And it was through the support of Sheridan College, my instructors, through hard work and dedication, I was able to turn my hobby into a career. I now own my own newborn photography company, and I've seen tremendous growth in the industry. I've learned a lot over the past few years starting my own business, and I've learned no matter how scary it can be, you have to follow your passion. But you can't do it alone. Find the right people in your circle that will support you, that will be there for you, whether that's family, friends, teachers, fellow professionals. Foster those relationships. I've learned that to be successful, you have to find what makes your business unique. You need to make yourself stand out. Be unique, be different, set yourself apart from the rest. You put yourself in a separate category, and that path can lead to success. Because it's when you look deep inside yourself is when you find your true passion. I've learned that there will be bumps and hurdles along your journey. In times like this, it's hard to see our future clearly. Everyone has had to make changes, and many businesses have had to actually pivot and connect with customers in a very different way. But it's important to remember that if you fall down sometimes, you always will get back up. And know, if you work hard, you will get what you put into it. To conclude, when you think about your time you have spent here at Sheridan College, I hope you remember it as fondly as I do. During these challenging times, it's hard to look through that lens and see your future clearly. But I leave you with this. No matter what you will face on the road ahead, find love in what you do. Stay focused on your goals. And don't forget to capture those moments along the way. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Congratulations, Tricia, and thank you for your insightful and inspiring words. I eagerly look forward to hearing about your next success. At this time, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, James Cunningham. James is a gifted host and comedian who graduated from Sheridan and the University of Toronto at Mississauga's Theatre and Drama Studies joint program in 1996. He went on to host 5 seasons of Eat Street, a popular Food Network Canada TV show that aired in a dozen countries worldwide. And he's also rubbed elbows with former American presidents, business tycoons, and sports heroes while emceeing various corporate events. Thank you for joining us today, James.
Hey, graduates of Sheridan College, congratulations on your incredible accomplishment. My name is James Cunningham. I am a comedian, TV host, and graduate of the Sheridan College Theater and Dramatic Arts program. Well, you did it. You are now a graduate of one of the finest learning institutions that is recognized around the world as having an extremely high standard of excellence. Welcome to the family. For the past 10 years, I've been hosting the Premier's Awards for Outstanding College Graduates in Ontario, and it's truly mind-blowing how many Sheridan College graduates are out there every single day, literally changing the world. We're out there reinventing global food supply chains. We're changing the way we live through art and design. We're shaping the future of health sciences, and we're even out there winning Oscars. Not me, yet, but soon. To say the least, these are interesting times. Nothing like this has happened in the way this has happened before, and literally everything is changing rapidly. So, what better time to be at the forefront? Don't listen to those who will tell you it's the worst time to be finding a job. What they mean is, it's the worst time to find a job the old way in the old economy. But an entirely new economy is taking shape, and you are now among the few who are freshly trained in the latest methods of using the most popular technologies. I'm not just talking about those of you in business or computer science. Look at me. I made my entire living traveling, performing for large crowds, hosting shows, and shooting TV shows on locations. In a matter of a few days, once the COVID-19 shutdown started, my entire year of work evaporated. Nothing disappeared. So I had two choices. I could wait for things to come back and hope that they would be the same, or I could try something new and apply my skills in a new way. So I created a studio here in my house, and now I can do what I love doing without ever having to leave. This morning, I hosted an event in Australia for 1,000 people. This afternoon, I'm hosting a conference in Arizona. And tomorrow, I'm hosting a segment for a major corporate client, all from the comfort of my own basement studio. Things will get back to normal, but the new normal they'll get back to will be nothing like the way things were. This is where your skills and your knowledge will come into play. Think about this. You are just starting at a time when the entire world is starting over. So it's a completely level playing field, except you have the latest knowledge of everything. My money's on you. All you need now is the passion and energy to look past the negative and embrace what is possible. Now, I know you can do it. I wish you the best as a former graduate, as a friend, and now as a family member. Congratulations, and may all the best things come your way. If you'll excuse me, I have to go and make a TikTok video. I'm not. I'm gonna leave that to you. You know why?
I'm a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie. I'm a savage. Yeah.
This is why I leave it to you.
Thank you so much, James. It's now time for that special moment, the virtual presentation of diplomas, certificates, and degrees, which will be highlighted on each graduate's slide. But before we begin, I'd like to tell the audience about the special designations and awards that some of you have received for outstanding academic achievement. Students who achieve a cumulative program grade point average of 3.6 to 3.89 will receive a light blue honor cord in recognition of their honor status. Students who achieve a cumulative program grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0 will receive a double blue honor cord in recognition of their high honor status. The stole that you will receive, along with your parchment, is a symbol of academic achievement that represents the realization of excellence in your chosen program and symbolizes your membership in the international community of scholars. Any special designations our graduates have received will appear on their individual slide, along with their personal reflection and picture. Congratulations again to our graduating class in the Continuing and Professional Studies. We're so proud of you and the 190,000 alumni of this great institution. Please know that as soon as public health directives allow, we hope to offer you the opportunity to walk across our stage and receive your credentials in person. Until then, on behalf of our entire learning community, I'd like to thank you for choosing Sheridan to advance your educational and life goals. Best of luck in the next step of your journey, and please stay in touch.